Hi, I'm Jennifer O'Connor with the Athena Institute, here to show you how to work with the bill of materials in our new whole building LCA web app, Athena Building LCA. Okay, so I'm in the sample project and I'm in the bill of materials for that sample project. And so we see here the table where each row is a material quantity in this model, with a whole lot of other information attached to the quantity. I explained in the last video what this table is all about and what these fields are, in other words, what all these columns mean, and also how to customize this table to make it easier for you to work with, doing things like filtering, grouping, and moving columns around. I'm going to get into editing this table and how you take a deep dive into the fields that are in the table. Now, you can edit any field here simply by clicking in that field, and that will bring up a dialog box for you to interact with in order to change an assignment. So you can edit right in the table, in other words, and if you want to work sort of row by row in the table, you can. You might find it a little handier, though, to take all of the items in a row and put them onto one page that's maybe a little easier to see. And I'll go ahead and do that by clicking the icon over here. Edit the current record, and that's going to open up a screen with all those same fields, just arranged a little differently so we see them all on one screen. Okay, so let me show you here how some of these selection features work. So let's say, first of all, up here, we want to change the element that this particular quantity is assigned to. I had opened up my first row in my bill of materials table, which was a quantity of ready-mix concrete, and it's assigned to the wall foundations. And let's say I want to reassign that to the slab. So to do that, I'm going to click the pencil icon, and it will bring up a dialog here to work through the hierarchical classification system in this omni-class table for element. This is the same system as Uniformat. And it's showing me these cascading levels down here, level 4 wall foundation. I want to reset this to slab. You can click these away if you want to do that, but I happen to know that slab is going to be up here at level 2. So I'm going to click the down arrow, and I'm going to go down and pick slabs on grade. And then just for fun, do I want to maybe give it even a level 3 assignment? So I click to see if there is anything available. Not every element goes down to these levels. This one does. So I will pick standard slabs on grade. And that's all there is to it. Click accept. And we've now reassigned that element. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is how to change a flow. So how to change a material or a product. We're currently assigned to ready-mix concrete 25 MPa. Let's say I want to change that to 35 MPa concrete. So I'm going to go click this pencil icon, and this is going to bring up a window that you will see a lot. Excuse me. You will see a lot in this software. It's bringing up the product selection utility, which is a fairly complex utility in the software that you use to pick both a product label and a flow name. And this is taking a little bit longer to load than would be ideal, and we're working on making that faster, but please be patient with it. Okay, so this window's come up, and let me orient you to this very powerful utility. Starting at the top here, it's telling us what we currently have assigned for two characteristics. So for our product, or OmniClass Table 23 label, this is what it's currently assigned to, this ready-mix concrete. And then for our flow, and that's for our standardized product name, this is the current assignment. Now, this table is structured in two parts. So the top part here are the cascading levels in the product label. So the OmniClass product table 23. The bottom part is the flow or the product name. And you can work this utility from the bottom or the top in order to find both a OmniClass table 23 assignment and a flow assignment. Okay, first I'm gonna clear the form. I'm gonna show you how this works from scratch. And I'm gonna show you how to work it from the bottom up. And you would do that. That's the fastest way to do this if you have some idea already of the name of the product that you're looking for. Okay, so first of all, I could just go straight to this down arrow here and find a product, but with no filtering in that box, this is going to bring up every single product name available, and that's obviously way too much to get through. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get it to do a search for me. And I'm going to type something in here that is going to help narrow that down. So I know I'm looking for 35 MPa concrete, and I had a pretty good sense of what that, what that name might be in the background. And it's gone ahead and picked one for me because it turns out there is only one of those. Otherwise, I would have got a filtered list coming from from this down arrow. Okay, and then it's gone ahead and automatically selected for me my level 1, 2, 3 of the product labeling. Okay, you can also work this from the top down if you don't know, you have no idea what that product name might be because you don't know how that's been organized in the background. You can also work this from the top down. So I'm going to show you that by starting at the top and working my way through the hierarchical levels of OmniClass Table 23. So structure and enclosure products. And then I'm going to go down and find structural concrete. And then I will find this has been narrowed down to my concrete choices, and I'll pick ready mix. Okay. So what you're doing with that is you are narrowing the products that will be available for you when you click the down arrow. I'm not going to click that right now because at the moment this is a little bit buggy. So let's just skip that and cancel out of here. Okay. Finally, I'm going to show you how to select environmental data. Okay, so let's go click the pencil icon on data, and we're going to bring up environmental data set selection utility. Okay, let's start again by looking at what's at the top of the table. It's reminding me of my product and my flow selection. And now here, my default geographic region in this sample model is set to British Columbia, Canada. And so what it'll show me here on the drop down are all of the data sets available for that product and that flow and that geographic region. So there's quite a few here. It says I have 19 of them I can choose from. If you bring this window up and there's nothing available, that means you need to adjust some of your selections. It probably means there's nothing available down to that level of geographic specificity. So you'll want to go up and change geographic region and say, okay, you didn't have a data set for me for BC. Do you have something perhaps for all of Canada? And if we don't have that, do you have something perhaps for all of North America? Okay, so the concrete that is selected here is a general use cement with what looks like 20% SCM. So let's go pick something, maybe a GUL, general use limestone, with maybe 40 SCM. So I can go ahead and pick a different data set, and it will go assign that. Okay, so once you're done with all the things that you wanted to fix, you would go over here and you would click accept. You sure don't forget to do that. Click accept. I'm not going to do it here. I don't want to save these changes in my sample project. You'd click accept, and then you go back to your bill of materials, and then you want to be sure and click save right away. Okay, that's it for this video. In the next video, I will show you how to get results. Thanks very much.